piece that we've got is the newsletter. So I'll talk to you a little bit about the way the newsletter is constructed, but the main thing is the frequency. You get to choose how often. We think the sweet spot is every other week. We also do holiday greetings. Yesterday we did Mother's Day. I went out, and the next one will probably be Memorial Day. You can do them all. You can do them none. Whatever you decide to do. And then if you have birthdays and anniversaries, which I think are a big deal, Allie, I've got brothers that don't remember my birthday, and yet other people, when they do that's a nice thing. So you need to start accumulating those as you build your database. Then the second big piece we do is automated social media. So we're posting Monday through Friday on Facebook business page, LinkedIn, Twitter. We can post the weekly article to your blog automatically. Now, you may not start out with your own personal website, but when you do, then that's an easy thing to do. I'm going to show you something here in a minute. Mike, I'm sending a video out today I made on Friday that I'll show you the gist of it here in a moment, but it's how quick and easy and fast it is to post on your Facebook personal page. Instagram is almost as easy to post. In fact, it absolutely is easy to post on your personal page. They're in the process, Instagram is, through Facebook because they own it, to allow us to post automatically, which is going to be good news when it's ready, but that may not be for a month or so. But in the meantime, you can do both Facebook personal pages and Instagram at the same time, so that's no big deal. The last thing that we do is this thing called a landing page, and it really serves two purposes. It aggregates all of the content, which is nice, but more importantly, it is like a safe harbor for your customers to read it. Now, until you start seeing this stuff, you may not understand it, but you certainly understand the concept. You just didn't realize what's going on. You know the concept of create or curate. So you can either create all your own content yourself, but it takes time, and that's a full-time job all by itself. Or what you do is you go search and find stuff that looks good, you curate it, and you bring it onto your social media. The problem with that is there's a ton of companies out there, Realtor.com, Zillow, House, Rocket Mortgage, Home Advisor, Home Light, and it goes on and on and on and on from there, that what they do is create content hoping the public will share it, and they use that to harvest buyers and sellers. Now, for that reason, we only do original content, and everything that is not viewed inside social media is always viewed on this landing page, which is this safe house for you. So Mike's already given me the testimony. So at any rate, this is one thing that is important for you. The content of our material, we don't do jokes, trivia, cat videos, recipe cards. Everything we do brands you as a real estate professional, because that is the concept you're trying to get out there. So not only will they remember you when they want to do business, they will remember you as a realtor when they hear of somebody else. And that's why we write the types of topics that we do. The material is fresh and up to date. We write this week for next week, and I do all the developing myself, and I'm a muckety-muck like Mike is. So at any rate, we mix the topics up on a regular basis so that if people won't get tired of the material, and they'll keep watching it because they think, this is good. But this week maybe not be something for me. It's okay. Or, this is be good for so-and-so, Aunt Millie, or whatever. So everything we write about will build your brand and create top-of-mind awareness. So our newsletters are constructed so they're single-topic newsletters.
Gorgeous.
We think that the average consumer does not want a new magazine or a book to read or anything else. They want stuff. Give me something I can digest quickly, absorb it, and move on to the next thing. So the newsletters always have a good-looking photograph. They may not be specifically talking about buying a home or selling a home, but that's okay because it's important to transcend that buying and selling. Their average homeowner is now staying in a home 10 to 12 years. So if that's the case, then the situation is if you only talk about buying or selling, pretty soon they get tired of it and they'll unsubscribe. They don't want to hear you anymore. We've got to give them information that will transcend that buying and selling, and that's where we think being a better homeowner. That's the relevant content that you can provide someone. You can pick from any newsletter template we've got, any color combination you've got. In a lot of the articles, what we'll do is write about something. This one we were talking about, if you make additional principal contributions on a regular basis, then what happens is it'll save interest, build equity, and shorten the term of the mortgage. It's never going to be the right dollar example for your reader. So we put in a hyperlink, which takes them to your landing page. They can plug in their own numbers. They get a relevant answer for themselves. And when they print it out, it prints out with your name on every single page. If you ever decided you wanted to write something about something that was going on in your community, something Delaware Homes was doing or whatever, you could take this template we have in the system, fill it out, and it'll look exactly like all the other newsletters we do for you throughout the year, which will build your consistency of image. These are examples of holiday greetings we do. And again, as I said a moment ago, you can pick and choose which ones you want, and then spring forward, fall back, birthdays, anniversaries, things like that. We also have some flyers in there. Now, because they're all different marketplaces, what you can do is take our templates, modify them, and then they're very easy to push out because your database will already be in our system. No reason to use MailChimp or anything like that. This one over here on the right-hand side that you're looking at now, I like a lot because it kind of shows that you know what's going on in the neighborhood and that sort of thing. So you could do these for particular communities and things like that. These are examples of one of the three types of social media posts we do. These we call infographics. They are like a picture or a billboard that gives you the chance to absorb the information without spending a lot of time on it. And so these work really well on Instagram because of the fact they're pictures, and that's what Instagram is all about, are pictures. Then we've got this one called a short story. These have too much information for a single picture, so we construct it as it is on the left, always with a good-looking photograph to attract attention, a teaser to get them to want to read the article. They click on the article, it opens on your landing page, and then they can safely read the rest of the story. The third type of video we've got are the third type of infographic we've got are the videos, and they get more attention because they're not static, they're animated, and some of the companies charge extra for this, we don't. So we usually have one per week. It's been typically on Tuesday, but who knows, that could change. So I've got something I'm going to show you here in a moment, and I could flip back and forth with it, so I think I might do that. Facebook doesn't allow any third-party company like ours to post to your personal page. It's actually more important or valuable to you to post it on your personal page than on your business page because, first of all, more people are going to see it on your personal page. When you think about the concept of top-of-mind awareness, what you're trying to say is, I want people to remember I'm in real estate. Now, some people make a misconception about their friends, especially when they get into business early, when they first get into real estate, they think to themselves, oh, I can tell my friends I'm in the real estate business one time and they'll remember, from now on. Well, that's just not the way it is. Believe it or not, people aren't sitting around thinking about you all the time. It's your job to make sure they think about you. And the way we're going to do that is to help them. That's the whole concept behind social media. Well, again, back on social media, originally, when they were trying to figure out a way to get people to post and then to get people to pay them, Facebook and other companies, so they can generate revenue, they created business pages. So they said, okay, here's the big dividing line. Anything about business goes on the business page. Anything about personal goes on the personal page. The two shall never meet. Well, that's not exactly the way it is. People could go to your business page a few times and never get over there after that. But they'll see your personal page all the time. And that's where you post your fun things about yourself and what you do. And so sometimes what happens is agents say, oh, you know what? I don't want to put my business stuff on my personal page because I want to keep that separate. I don't want to make people think I'm asking for business. Well, get over that real quick. You've got to be putting yourself out there all the time. The average homeowner knows 10 to 12 realtors. If you don't ask for it, I promise you somebody else is going to ask for their business. And so you got to get it out there. So let's just look at this one real quick. Monday through Friday, this is the procedure we have for you. An email comes to you, and you get in the habit of looking at it. So you go, okay, what do I do? You do exactly what it tells you to do on the thing, but pretty soon you just get to where you click anywhere on the email. It'll open a browser page on your computer. And then because we're posting for you automatically on your business page, Twitter, and LinkedIn, you just click on the Facebook icon. It'll go straight to your Facebook personal page, and it opens a little dialog window right on top of the browser page, and you paste the comment that we make for you, copied it automatically to your clipboard, boom, and you click post to Facebook, and in boom, less than 30 seconds, it's on your personal page. So let me pop over here and just show you this. I don't know if I can have both of these going at the same time. You guys are just letting me talk. I'm asking any questions or anything. Okay, I'm going to give you, this is a classroom example here for a second. On your content mix, and you may have seen this, maybe not specifically for real estate, but certainly for other things, a lot of times they'll say, well, you should put 2/3 of your material educational and informational. Now, here, this concept is for you to use a personal page, and it's even good for a business page, because if you constantly ask for business, they get tired of that. It's like going to a party and having somebody beat on you about, you need to replace all your windows or whatever it may be. You just avoid them. And not only that, you start telling and warning other people, hey, don't talk to that person over there. They'll wear you out in a short minute. So anyway, but on your personal page, certainly you can post educational and informational things, things that help them be better homeowners, that brand you as an authority. Now, this is generic from our standpoint because that's the service we do. We write for all of the different 50 states. And so we can't do local stuff. But you could turn around and do something local, so you could add something anytime you want to. Then here's the rest of your mixture. Whenever you get somebody that says something wonderful to you, you can set it up as a testimonial. You can occasionally do product marketing. I'm going to show you an example of that in a moment. And then you do totally personal stuff. So some people say to themselves, well, I've got my friends and my family on here, and I post goofy stuff. and I don't want my people that I might do business with to see my goofy stuff. Well, you've got two thoughts on this. One is you have no personal life anymore. You are a real estate professional, and everything you do you'll be judged. Your business, your professionalism as a real estate person will be judged by whatever else you do. Whether that's putting a political sign for a candidate in your yard, or you express the fact that you do or do not like Brussels sprouts, or you like cats rather than dogs, or you like dogs rather than cats, or any of those other things. So you have to be a little careful about some of that. Or if you say, well, I don't want to give up my Second Amendment rights, you could say, okay, I'm going to make a category in Facebook of my personal friends, my goofy friends, or whatever you want to call them. And then when you post something that you never want anybody else, the remainder of your stuff, you post it specifically to that group. Are you aware of all that stuff, Allie?
Yes. Yep.
Perfect. Okay, you're being too polite then. Okay, I'm going to explain these, but the one on the left is brand awareness. This is the type of stuff we do. This thing on the right is product marketing. You're selling stuff. Even as subtle as that is, it's still considered product marketing. Now, sometimes people will do this on their personal pages because they're not putting the price and stuff like that on it, and they think they get away with it. And if it works for you, then certainly do it. But I'm just showing you some examples of things so that you'll get the feel for the difference in the things we post and what you see a lot of other realtors post. Okay?
Got it.
All right. Now, this was the video that I had made, and these were just the slides that I used to make the video. So this might have said all these things. Oh, these are 5 reasons you need to be posting. Your friends need to be reminded you're in real estate. Number 2, more people will see you post there than on your business page. Number 3, non-product marketing posts will build brand awareness. Number 4, non-product marketing posts will help people be better homeowners. That's the spirit of social media. And non-product marketing posts is in this. Well, I said that. What was the other one? It just helps people be better homeowners. Okay. Now, I showed you how to get it there a minute ago, so I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to go back to the other one that I had up there and finish out on that one. Sharon's at the eye doctor right now, and I hear my little dogs in the background, and you may not be able to hear them, but if I apologize if you hear them.
That's all right.
So
they can't really.
They bark.
There he is. I hear him.
One time we went to this flea market, and they sold animals there, and we weren't looking for this. You know what a blue heeler is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's a blue heeler, the country dog, bird dog.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I said, and the dog looked like he'd been rolling in the mud. And I said, what kind of dog is that? And this kid didn't even have shoes on. And he said, that's a hound dog. And I said, what? He says, it's a hound dog. No, it was a, now I've forgotten what he called it. Anyway, he was trying to tell you how important the dog was. He says, they bark a lot. I guess if you're living in the country, maybe that's a good deal. So anyway, I said, how much are those? And he said, $5 a piece.
Wow.
Anyway, okay. When you post on Instagram, Allie, they're owned by Facebook. You probably know this. You have to post from your telephone. It assumes you're going to take a picture and then post it immediately. That's what they want you to do. Now, so what you can do is just open your email from your phone and then go through the same procedure I showed you a moment ago with one extra step where you hold your finger down on the picture and it saves it like you took the picture. And then it'll post to both Facebook personal and your Instagram at the same time.
Get that?
Mhm.
So if you need a reminder on how to do that, let me just show you something real quick. When you log into your account, InTouch account, when we sign it up for you, then it's going to be right here. This is what it's going to look like. But these are the help button right here. So when you click on it, you'd come over here to social media and you would say, or in this case, it's posting to Instagram under posts. And there'd be a video there that would show you how to do it. So simple enough. So
Good.
all those different videos are available to you. If you decide to get a blog, and Mike certainly advise you on all of this stuff, but you don't want a blog just for the sake of having a blog. You want to have a blog that drives traffic to your website. So if you have a website, then that would be the motivating factor for having a blog. And I'd get a blogger blog. They're free and they can be posted by email. It's one less thing that you have to do. This is an example of why we created the landing page. So let's just pretend you were curating. You were out there trying to find something that you could share today, and you came across this article. You read it. It was written by Zillow. You said, it looks pretty good. I'm going to post it. Then you do, and then it shows up in one of your friends' feed, and next thing that happens is they click on it to read it, but they're no longer in Facebook anymore. They're now on Zillow's website. Zillow's in the business of harvesting leads. You've either increased your likelihood that someone else is going to do business with them rather than you, or they've just gone down the river because they found another website. So that's why we only do original content. So our landing page looks like this, and you can pick and choose the colors and everything that you want, but the slogan and everything else. But it's got the aggregation of all the posts that we do. So this is always today's post, because today's Monday. This would be Friday's post, Thursdays, Wednesdays. Scroll down, you'll see 2 weeks worth. There'll be a more button. You can just, even though we get you started today, you'll have years worth of stuff on there.
It's quite a library. It really is.
The second thing are these handouts. These are booklets that are branded with your contact information, name and contact information on every page. We use them in the articles. We'll say, if you want more information on this, download our buyer's guide. Then we send you an email that says so-and-so downloaded the buyer's guide. Now, they're PDFs, so you can email them to anybody you want when you're talking to somebody on the phone. You can add them to your website as a menu item. Or thirdly, use them as a handout. So you're sitting down talking to a person and you wanted to, a first-time buyer. I'd print out the buyer's guide and lay it down and talk about it. And by doing that, especially as a new agent, it allows you to make sure that you talk about everything that you need to talk about. And then you give it to them. So it reinforces that. Later on, when you could do it without it, you're still going to use a handout like this, because it's not for you, it's for them. They retain more information when they see and hear something at the same time. Mike and I could teach a rental property investment class right out of this booklet. So there's all sorts of other things that you could do.
Hey, Pat.
Yes.
With the buyer's guide, did I tell you how I use that to get 100% open house registrations?
No.
Okay, so you print, and I've got a series of slides. I teach this piece. Print out one of them, bind it. I use Unibind. So, it's the clear plastic cover and it's bound. I bring one to the open house. When they come in, one of the things I say when they're coming in, other than, thanks for coming, appreciate you stopping by, feel free to look around, here's information on the house. Oh, by the way, do you have a buyer's guide? And they say, what's a buyer's guide? And I pick it up and I flip it. I said, it's 34 pages. It's got FAQs. It's got everything you need. Tell you what, before you leave, catch me and I'll make sure you get one. And I let them go. They'll come back because they want that buyer's guide. If they don't, you never had an opportunity to get them anyway. Now, the key is when they come back, I pick it up and I look a little surprised, not a lot, and say, oh, I only have this one. Lose eye contact, pick up your pen and say, what is your email address? I'll make sure you get one. Now, the key is lose eye contact. And do not say, may I have your email address? Because that's a question I don't want an answer to.
Right.
I will get their email address. And I'll say it was Bob and Susan. No, it was George and Amanda. And the last name again, Carrie. Great. Okay, in case I have to mail it, where should I mail that? And a good daytime phone number. Pat, I get 100% registration at new home open houses using that technique. And I never bring more than one. Only bring the one. And then you email them the PDF. And that's it.
It's great. It's a great technique. Great technique. I will use that story. And as always, I will give you credit for it once or twice.
Once or twice. Then he forgets where it came from. That's what we do. We steal each other's.
So now, Michael worked with you on a lot of this other stuff over time of training and stuff like this, but these are all sorts of financial calculators that are in there, and they're used for specific purposes. The one that you ought to commit to learning right off the bat, I think, is the rent versus own. We use it in our writing a lot, and we'll in the article we'll say, if you want to plug your own numbers in, click here, and then they come over here and they do this. Well, the concept is to show a person it's cheaper to own a house than it is to rent a house. Well, when they get here, they plug in the purchase price they want to buy, the appreciation they expect. Now, it's interesting. You'd think sometimes they're much more aggressive at putting a big appreciation in here than we are as realtors. They'll plug in their rent that they're paying right now. When they hit calculate, it's going to give them all the answers. Well, in this example, it was $350 cheaper for the to own the home than it is for the rent. So 350 is certainly a significant number. But when you factor in the principal reduction and the appreciation, so that amortization on the house and the monthly appreciation, the net cost of owning the house was $1,000. That means they're paying $1,200 more to rent than to own. And in a year's time, they're going to lose $15,000. Well, that's 50% more than the down payment on the house. So they're going to want to print a copy of that out. When they do, it looks nice, but it's got your contact information all over it.
Excellent. That's a nice piece.
Yeah. This is a new one that we've done. And Mike, did I show this to you the other day or not?
I remember you highlighting it, that we can put in people that we like, service providers.
Okay. Good. So, maybe you give some of the, like Allie may not have all these contacts yet. You just give us all your contacts. But the concept is, Allie, do you belong to Nextdoor, the social media Nextdoor?
I don't.
Okay. It's an interesting concept. And, in your neighborhood, you could build yourself, they're selling advertising on it now, but at any rate, it's all these neighbors that are needy as all get out. And so they get on there and they say, oh, did you see the bobcat that was in the street? What should we do? Or somebody stole package off my post. This is what the Ring doorbell took the picture of, or I'm moving, I need some free boxes, or does somebody have a pickup truck that I can borrow, and on and on and on with all this stuff. But sometimes they're selling a house. But when you see the most frequent ones you see on there is I need a plumber, electrician, this or that or the other. You could literally say, I've got a complete list of all these people, and you could put the hyperlink to your service provider page. Now, this is what it will end up looking like. And so you've got different categories in there. When the consumer clicks on one, it just pops this up. Well, you build this. It doesn't take but a second to do that. But the benefit is, unlike Angie's List, which you may never have gone to Angie's List or Home Advisor. Those are the two biggest ones that are out there. They don't give you the name of a plumber or electrician or anything. What they do is they sell your name to somebody else, and you get inundated with solicitations. So what we're doing here is saying, I'm giving you somebody that we found to be reputable and reasonable, and so feel free to use them.
That's a great way to use
Okay.
that. That's a great way to
Yeah,
do it.
live. I know.
Okay. Now we're holding on for, was that a phone call?
No, it goes to our exchange. We're okay.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought that was Sally that said, hold on.
Oh.
All right. Now, tell me what else you would like to see, Mike.
Allie, you want to do the actual setup and see how that?
Well, and also, can you show us how, like, I know Mike was working on his contacts, how we move our contacts into and organize them?
Yeah. Where are they now?
I'll tell you what I did with mine. And can you make your screen any bigger by any chance? What we're looking at is really tiny, the print.
Okay. Yeah. Hold on a second. Let me see what I can do.
That's better. That's good. Yeah, much better. Thank you. Are you using Brave?
No, this is just Google
Chrome.
Chrome.
Okay. So you shamed me into my contacts because I didn't have that many. So I went through 7,000 of my contacts and I tagged them all in touch, but I eliminated the ones that did not have any email address because they'll bounce. I emailed the few that I never want to talk to again anyway, client or two that burned us. And I now have those all tagged as one category. And you said that we should do that, and then we can just suck them all over and put them into the newsletter and let it fly, right?
Right.
So I'm ready I can do that if we want to do it on mine. But I know there's going to be a gazillion bounces. So, because these are students, these are everybody, and they change offices. Now, when they start bouncing like that, do we get a list and we can go into our contacts then and extract those that are dead? Not literally, but and a couple were. But those that are no longer should be in there? How's that work?
Okay. Let me just show you something here for a second. I'm trying to remember. I want to verify where I'm at. Okay, so this is my account. If you were to go to marketing calendar, this is the calendar. It's because we've got it all blown up. It's looking a little different here, but at any rate, I'm going to go to this Tuesday and see if come on. Oops. Not used to seeing it like this. Okay, after all of that, didn't happen to be one of the weeks that I have my newsletter. So let me scroll to the next Tuesday. Okay, no. Why is that? I get into my account all the time. Oh, I know exactly what it is. I turned it off. Okay. We're going to get so distracted here, but I'm going to go through a little bit of it with you because I'm just trying to show you too many different things all at one time. When you go to set this up, Allie, these are your automated tasks in here. You can see my newsletter is not currently set for automated distribution. So I'm just going to
Where'd you go? You went to marketing to get to that?
Marketing calendar.
Marketing calendar?
No, I turned around. That was the marketing calendar is where we see all the mailings and everything that went out.
Yes.
Where I was going with you, and I'm going to open your account up, Mike, since you're Slevaggio.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I'm going to impersonate you. So there you are. Now, this is the setup, Allie. You were going to come over here. And by the way, we've got a video in there that tells you how to do it, an orientation video, and a phone number to call support. And there's part of me that says, you'll get through this. But at any rate, here's where all the contact information goes. And then I went settings and options. And this is where, this is the newsletter that Mike chose, and birthday and anniversaries that he chose. And then he's hooked up his, now this is the button that goes to his Facebook business page, his Twitter, his LinkedIn. And then on the signature of every mailing that goes out, if you have those three areas filled in, these buttons go on the bottom of the signature. And therefore, if a person said, oh, they're on Twitter, I want to follow him on Twitter, I want to follow Andrea on LinkedIn, then it'll go right to your page and they can follow you. That's not what we use to post by. Under automated tasks, we've got these. Now, currently, Mike is not posting to LinkedIn. So, Mike, I can't do it for you here because you got to be on a computer that is hooked up to LinkedIn. Okay. But what you would do is come in here and click on this gray toolbar at the top, click on LinkedIn, and then because you'd be on your computer that you've already logged in on to LinkedIn, you just click this button and then you'd say, I want it to post 5 days a week at whatever time of the day you want it to do it. And then it's done.
So see that gray box at the top? Yep. Okay. Now, what's the frequency of my newsletters going out right now? Where do I check that?
Under this one right here.
I don't see where you are. Oh, all contacts?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And then so you currently, it says all contacts, everybody that's in your system.
Okay.
And that's really the way I think it should be, but some people want to do it a different way. You've got it going out bi-weekly every other week on Tuesdays at 2 in the afternoon.
Okay.
You don't have a newsletter going out this week. There will be one going out next week.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So to add more contacts, you would come up here to contacts, add contacts. Let's just pretend, Mike, that you had them all in a CSV file, comma separated value file on an Excel spreadsheet or the equivalent of that since you're a Mac guy. And so these are your two current categories. You can either use them or not put them in one of those categories. You'd say next. This is just normal procedure for importing any CSV file. And so you'd say import a list from a file on my computer. This checkbox says I know all these people. I'm not putting in a purchased mailing list. You say next, and then you'd find it on your computer and wherever you had it located. And I'm not going to import one, so we'll stop at that. But anyway, you map the fields.
Okay, so the newsletter that I would have selected to put them in is the one that is going out right now every 2 weeks, right? It's
Not exactly, Mike. Here's what you've got right now. You've got your newsletter going to everybody.
yes.
So if you wanted to go to just the group called newsletter, then and you're going to put all those new people that you got in this category, then when you import that category, put them into that newsletter mailing list. Make sense?
Do
Now, if it doesn't, go ahead.
Okay, so let's say I've got 3,000 names. I'll export them from Google or into a CSV, and then import
Yeah.
the CSV. And then check that newsletter box first, though, right? And they're all going to get the newsletter.
Not this. You got to check them in two places, Mike. Currently, your newsletter, remember, the newsletter is what's taking all the names that are in your database and saying, don't send to these, send to these. And so currently, your newsletter is going out to just this group. Your current newsletter is currently going out to everybody.
Right.
What we want it to do, go to this one right here, newsletter. Is that right?
Well, if I brought them
Is that
in
what
and
you
they
want?
became one of all the contacts, I mean, it would be fine. Everybody's getting it. That's okay, right?
Yeah, perfect. I got confused about what you were wanting to do. Yes, just leave it alone.
Right.
And then this is
import.
where this is not where you import it. You import it from contacts, add contact.
Got it.
And then you don't put them in a list here.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Okay. We're on the same page.
But didn't you say last time that you could just import them directly from Google, or do we have to make it into an Excel CSV file?
No, you can bring them in from Google.
Okay.
So in that, what you would do is you over on automated tasks, you'd come up to this Google.
Okay. That'd be so much
Now,
easier.
it probably works best for you to import them once, but remember this also, Allie. We have a customer support department that this is the phone number right here. Just call them on the phone. They can do it faster for you. If you like doing this type of stuff, do it. If you don't like doing it, then call them and let them do it, because you're not going to import it very often. And once you set up the Google as being your automatic update, then you won't have to ever import them again.
Okay. Because you said it automatically updates your new contacts when it's attached to Google. Okay, cool.
So everyone in your Google contacts is automatically pulled over, regardless of how they're labeled. Right?
Well, you have some options in there.
You do. Okay.
So yeah, what I would recommend you do, instead of us talking theoretically about this, let's get it set up for your account and just do it right. Because it's not one of those things that you need to learn to be able to send extra mailings out or anything like that. It's just getting it set up right to begin with.
Right.
Okay.
And so that's what SID is available for you
Okay.
through our customers.
Well, we will do that. Just tell us how or when we should do it. We'll do it, and that'd be a great way.
Well, you just
call.
You call that phone number
Okay.
at your convenience whenever you're sitting at your computer.
Cool.
Now, what I was trying to show you earlier on the calendar that I couldn't show you on mine because I did not have my newsletter going out. This was your May 4th newsletter, writing a successful offer in a low inventory market.
Okay.
So when you open it up, 80 were sent out. That's how many. Now, you may have more contacts in there than 80, but over a period of time, you've had several people unsubscribe. So what happens is, if I looked at this report, it would tell me, in this case, if somebody had, the email had bounced because it's no longer good. You got to pick up the phone, call those people, and say, hey, I sent you something, it bounced. Have you changed email addresses? Some people might decide to opt out. Doesn't mean they don't love you. It just means they get too much email. Now, this one may not be representative of what, this will change all the time. This is the open rate. Now, open doesn't mean this is only 4 people out of 80 people read my newsletter. No, this is what's called open rate. They have to double click on the email and open it up. But it's because this particular one maybe didn't interest everybody. So some newsletters may have a higher read rate, open rate, than others.
That's good.
This one would tell you if somebody forwarded it to someone else, or this one would tell you who clicked on the different links that are inside the newsletter. So
this is
these
great.
are,
This is really great, Pat.
Amazing.
yeah.
Like I'm seeing that guy Lindsay in there, and I'm waiting for him to get his house ready to go on the market. He read my newsletter. You know, there he is.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
There you go then.
Hmm.
Good, perfect.
So
Okay.
the ones that bounce, they're going to all show up in that bounce list, right? So I'm probably going to have a
Not all of them.
no.
We don't have a universal bounce list, meaning something that aggregates it over a period of time. You could always go on to anybody's. It's fine. That guy's name was
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Hmm.
S-A-Y?
S-A-Y, yeah.
Yeah, must be misspelled it.
Thought it was.
Okay, let's try this. Computers are only as smart as the person using them. Well, that is strange. We saw that name on there.
But maybe he doesn't have the name in. Maybe it's just the email.
Oh, that's a
Oh
possibility.
yeah, I do a lot of that.
Okay, that's exactly right. What it could be. Okay, I'm going to pull up this cat Augustine. I'll get it out there in a minute. So this is the information. All you put in on her was an email address, a name, and a phone number.
Hmm.
But had she unsubscribed to anything, this is where the check mark would be.
Okay.
Do not ever delete a person's record when they mark it as do not email. And the reason you don't is then what happens is you could import them again and it accepts them, start sending them email. Now you're in violation of the.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes. By having the email, the record still in there, we know. And then it doesn't mean you couldn't still send them other things. So. Anyway.
Great.
Okay. Tell me what else I can do for you to show you.
Email settings, custom newsletter, like that. Google Contacts I had. Found out where all the help buttons are. We're going to do the service providers. Definitely going to use that.
By the way, we put in a neat little deal. I'll show you what it looks like here in a minute. Well, I tell you what I may do is just check out to see if it shows up. It was supposed to. This is called the designer gallery. This is where all the templates are. And so if I come over here and go from newsletters down to direct email, these are some of those things I showed you a moment ago that are available and you can modify them. And this is a brand new one I added last week. And this one's called service provider. So what would need a recommendation, and then it would have their name in there, and then it goes automatically to your page over there on your market multiplier, your landing page. Okay.
Good. That's a good one. So you could send that to all your contacts at any point in time, right?
Yeah, and the concept would be wait until you get your thing filled up. But yes, anytime you want to send it out. If I wanted to send out something like this, additional mailings, this one is the tax guide. So you've got different ones in there. This one, if you were using Calendly, like we talked about
Mm-hmm.
in this one, you could send this out, and this is a multi-purpose thing, but you can modify it any way you want, and then you would have your button down here that would link it to your Calendly calendar, and then people could make an appointment with you.
Cool.
On this type of thing, let's see here. You would take, these are easily modified, so you would just take the market area you wanted to do, take your stats from MLS, plug these in, and then you could send something like that out to your people if you wanted to do that monthly or so. If I decided I was going to do that quarterly, as an example, I would make an appointment on my calendar as a recurring appointment,
Mm-hmm.
first Tuesday of every quarter, and then put it together, and then I would send it out.
Excellent. Cool.
So much you can do.
Isn't it? It's so
It's
robust.
really cool.
It's got all the pieces and parts that we need. All right, good. Then I guess our
The last
next.
thing.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, this is your landing page, your market multiplier, and so this is today's post, Friday's post. This one really got a lot of shares from some people that aren't even in real estate shared it. Anyway, here's a video and what have you. So all those are in there. You've got your different financial guides, rather. Then you've got your financial apps, and then you've got now your service providers. Now, because yours is not set up, there's nothing there, and so
We better get to that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. So I tell you what you can do later on. Call me and give me the. I looked up you said you wanted it on your Delaware Homes credit card.
Yeah, I got it right here.
Okay. Well, if you want to give it to me, that from that standpoint, is it styled Delaware Homes?
The name on the card is. It's my name. I just have it marked as Delaware Homes.
Okay. Hold on a second. Then I'm going to go back, and we might as well just fill this out with her right now.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to use.
Oh, here's a question for you. Allie's taking her exam on Thursday, so she's going to change email addresses. But setting it up right now with her current address, is that a big deal to change that later?
No, it's not.
Okay. She's not going to be marketing herself yet. The whole idea here is to get her familiar with the program and work through that. She's got to take her final exam Thursday. She's finished all her coursework. She passed all those exams. By the time you get through the commission and all, we could be dancing for 30 days easy here. But meanwhile, she could be working on In Touch and getting that all tuned up, as among other things. Yeah, you've got the email address, so we can change that later, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then
Evans.
Her last name is Evans.
Uh-huh.
And then we're going to put this. Does that credit card go to your office, Mike?
Yes, Townsend.
So what's the address?
P.O. Box 38, Townsend, Delaware,
And the zip?
19734.
I cannot type today. What is wrong?
Fingers,
With my
probably the
keyboard.
fingers, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I'm sure. Okay. And then we'll put her phone number in here, your cell phone, Alex.
Okay, 302 312 3202.
Okay. And then it's, you said it was Mike Salvaggio on
Michael
here.
C. Salvaggio's on the credit card, yeah.
Michael C.
Mm-hmm. And the number
Okay.
is 5524 8600 0309 6297. Expires 10/25.
And then the code.
376. Let's do
Okay,
the,
we'll do this monthly.
No, do the year.
Okay. And then Mike, I don't know if we did this for,
Cell 30.
we can do this. Pardon me?
Cell 30 or not?
Oh, no, I'm going to put your reseller in here.
Okay.
No, what I was going to say was, looking for you now. Oh my gosh, what do we have? We don't have you as Michael Salvaggio. We have you as something else. What is it?
I don't know. It's not Mr. Mike, is it? That's got to be
No.
Parker.
Oh, come on. It was a next move.
Ah, okay. There you are.
Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're only going to charge you the to that card the discounted amount.
Okay, that's fine.
That way you don't pay income tax on your on that. All
Okay,
right?
perfect.
Okay, that is going your way.
Dynamite.
Okay. Well, if you have any questions whatsoever, Allie, start with if it's about our program, start with customer service. If it's
Okay.
about real estate, then you can call me, and I'm happy to help you in any way I can.
Thank you.
Okay?
Great idea,
welcome.
Pat. Really good
Thank you
idea.
so much.
You're very, very welcome.
Also, I'll catch up with you. You have that date for that class coming up on your calendar.
Oh, tell me again, Mike.
Okay, that's all right. It's let me get my calendar open here. It's win-win negotiations, and it is going to be on June, or no, May. Let's see. Where's the class? Oh, it must be 25th. Yeah, 25th of May.
Okay.
I'm going to be doing it from Nassau. So you can just let me know what you want to teach. I mean, anything's game.
Okay.
Out of that
I
class.
will.
It doesn't matter. They're jamming the whole class into one day.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
But you're going to, the class is not in Nassau. You'll be in Nassau.
I'll be in Nassau, right?
That'll be a fun thing to tell the students.
No, I won't tell them. I don't want to. I guess I could tell them. All right. I'm in Nassau and you're not. No.
Yep. All righty. Well, listen, have a good day.
All right.
And,
Hey, Pat, thank
if
you.
you need anything, call me.
Thank
Okay?
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.
All right, I'm in.
Leaving webinar. Okay. We're leaving webinar. He has, he is so helpful. He just is so helpful. Now I saw that little recording thing. Let's see. There's a button there.